Hi, Charlie here. Welcome to our third discussion of Aksharasamamnaya. So far, we have looked at the first four sutras, along with some of the technical aspects of the grammar which are already becoming manifest, such as the role of the final consonants, halantyam, in sutras, and their function by virtue of adirantyena sahita, of creating, along with a previous vowel, pratyahara, which will define various distinct classes of letters. So today we will add 5 more sutras, and next time 5 more, and that will bring us to the end of the Aksharasamamnaya. Then I think we'll do one review discussion, and I hope to have a better visual aid that you can refer to. In the meantime, though, if you choose, please do try to write these down by ear. And then, of course, you can refer to either other sources or the aids I have so far produced. Perhaps I haven't mentioned yet that in my study of Ashtadhyayi was done entirely by ear. I took down all of the sutras and commentaries and analysis by ear and by dictation. I had no reference to any printed text at all. Now, this is not just for old time's sake. Certainly from a neurologic point of view, we understand now that doing this, transferring something we hear to something we write, is in fact very reinforcing. The sutras we have covered so far are A-I Un, Ruluk, A-Ong, I-Ouch, and the pratyahara we have discussed most is Ach, A-I-U, Ruluk, A-O, I-Ow, otherwise known as all the vowels. Today we will begin with those which are not vowels, also often referred to as consonants. The first sutra is Hayavarat, 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 Hayavarat. The next is Lan, Lan, Lan. Now, you may notice that there is a peculiar little device on top of the lan that denotes that the of lan is nasalized. Now, I'm going to touch on this because this is a good time for you to hear about it the first time, but we won't go into agonizing detail. But again, this point I've made before, that the grammar, when we talk about the grammar, of course I mean Ashtadhyayi, we're talking about an all-encompassing description of the language as Panini knew it. That means every nook and cranny. So there are a lot of very specific devices in the grammar. Some of them emerged or became included in the grammar very formally, such as the Vartakas, which we will talk about soon, and even the sort of generally accepted notions of anuvritti. But then there are other things which sort of have been assimilated by tradition, and I believe the nasalization of lan is one of those things. So does this matter? Well, it matters very much for one sutra out of the entire grammar. However, because this is an encompassing grammar, we have to take these very specific things seriously, and in fact, from my point of view, delight in them because it's part of what makes it special. So, again, very briefly, you may notice that if we go back to the beginning, a, I, un, there is a n, which is the it, which is halantium for a, I, un. Now we have lan, so there is a second n halantium that could be very confusing, because then if you have, say, a pratyahara an or un, which n is the final one? Well, as it turns out, again, except for this one sutra, which we will get to eventually, the n of an is always the first one. Always the first one, except for this one sutra. And part of the way of noting that, at least as I think I understand it, I haven't gone too much into it, is by virtue of deciding or describing this a of lan as being anunasika. Why does that make a difference? Well, I'm saying this just to have it in your ear, but the sutra which initially serves to generate the concept and the name, the sanya of it, is Upadeshe Janunasika it. Upadeshe Janunasika it. In an Upadesha, ach, which is Anunasika, which becomes by Sandhi Ajununasika, gets the name it. So in an Upadesha, and this is the sutras of Upadesha, a nasally pronounced vowel, ach, gets the name it. So by describing the of lan as being anunasika, what is being done is effectively saying that vowel is it. So that can in itself serve to form pratyahara. So we don't need to go beyond that, but it's good a time as any to at least point it out. So now the next sutra, we have just done Hayavarat Lan Nyamangananam, then Jabhangi, Gadadash. So Hayavarat Lan Nyamangananam, Jabhangi, Gadadash. So there's nothing, no other need to go into more detail about these initial consonants. So I will just again repeat what we've done so far, and then we will look at the last 5 sutra of Aksharasamamnaya next time. So far we have a, I, un, ruluk, eong, I, ouch, Hayavarat, lan, nyamangananam, jabhangi, gadadash, jabagadadash. So enjoy them, practice them, try to begin to get them by heart. So practice them at least once a day, if not more, if you choose. And I will look forward to seeing you next time as we complete the Aksharasamamnaya.